And I know so many of you have started subscribing to the YouTube, which is awesome. Then you can watch all of the shows live or on demand, which is much easier for you. For those who cannot be here live, always. Okay. 1 second, and then we're going to get started. Okay, awesome. So we are streaming live on YouTube. And so let's get started here. Let's close some things here so that we have less stuff happening. All right, so I'm going to record here. That's working. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awakened Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you are watching live, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are not, and if you're watching on the replay, thank you, thank you. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring to you wonderful speakers, guests on the show to share with us their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their skills, their talents, their gifts, their processes, their healing, etc., so that we can all thrive in our lives, so we can raise our vibration, our frequency, and raise the vibration frequency of the planet and the collective. And so that, you know, we don't have to struggle as much anymore as we used to in the past. So we're all here about awakening to happiness, right? And happiness comes from within. Sometimes we just need to do a little clearing and, you know, reflecting and just moving some energy around and stuff to help us to access that happiness. So we are so glad that you're all here with us. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you are notified of all the live shows and all the on-demand shows, and you can watch all the wonderful speakers there. So today we have on our show my dear friend Laura Bolton, and we are going to be talking about parallel storylines, uncovering the multiple meanings in what is going on in our lives, because sometimes we are so confused and we don't know. So some of what we're going to discuss today are these parallel storylines. What are they, and examples of them, some common stories, how to change storylines and transform your situation. And we're also going to be talking about connecting to the wonder of astrology. So all that and more, we'll be taking some live caller questions. We're going to be doing, Laura's going to be identifying your parallel storylines and healing it, so some of you. So please do raise your hand if you're here live with us. And for those of you who don't know Laura, she was on our show last season for the first time. And she, of course, she's back with us. She is a gifted healer and astrologer. She's passionate about her healing work. And she uses powerful intuition with exceptional analytical skills to identify the root cause of your issues, healing to align you with your highest and most joyful timeline. In astrology, she can connect you to the planets and stars to realize the support and guidance that is available to you in the cosmos, from the cosmos. So we are so happy and glad that she's here with us. We're going to learn a lot because this was a topic that I was not aware of really. So I'm excited about learning more and sharing with all of you this wonderful wisdom and also the healing that's also going to be coming from Laura. So if you would like to work with Laura, please raise your hand. I'm not going to say please type in the chat because she will need to ask you some questions, you know, so it's better if you raise your hand if possible. Okay. So Laura, welcome back to the show. So glad you're here and I'm excited about today's conversation.
Yeah, me too.
Good. Awesome. So let's get started. So I want to, because you were on here last season, which was great, and we had a wonderful time. We don't need to do an extensive introduction and bio, but I'm so excited to talk about parallel storylines. And I want to also clarify that this is not the same as timelines, because I asked Laura that. It's like, is this the same as timelines? No. So can you just start off by telling us or sharing with us a little bit about what parallel storylines are, and also, you know, to be honest, why you were interested in talking about this today?
I find like looking at life in the way of that there are parallel storylines going on just is kind of fun. So like, it's a fun way of exploring like messages that we're being given in the universe, or I mean it can be looking at triggers as well, but it's kind of taking a more of a light-hearted approach rather than talking about lessons, which can be, you know, kind of a bit more Saturnian and not really feeding the inner child as much as sort of looking at and talking about stories.
Yeah.
Or exploring things from that kind of light-hearted, sort of framework. So yeah, hopefully it's kind of fun. I mean, and it can be a fun way of looking at kind of darker things as well. So
yeah, we don't have to always be so serious, right, as we've been in the past.
yeah, I mean, we have to deal with the serious stuff as it comes up, but if there's a chance to be light about things, we need to take that as well,
Yeah, I agree.
Shadow work can be quite intense, and so we need to make things as light as we can.
Absolutely. So again, can you tell us the difference between parallel storylines and timelines?
So I think people would have different interpretations of parallel timelines, which I wouldn't necessarily have a solid one myself. But parallel storylines are where you look at something that's going on in your life and see how that's actually mirroring a different story. So it's going to be easier for me to explain, like with examples, but there can be something showing up in your life, and there can be like I say, this you could look at it like as a root cause, or but there can be and there can also be multiple. And the thing with parallel storylines is that it's not like it's one or the other. There's the kind of 3D, like third dimensional, like cause and effect. Well, this is happening because I did XYZ, and then there's the kind of energy storyline, which is they're kind of mutually exclusive, but they're not. It's not like a one or the other is happening, and you need to often look at both to really sort of work through things, rather than like, for example, with like metaphysical healing, say you where you're looking at the energy behind an illness or something. You would look at the nuts and bolts, and you would go to the doctor and you would take your medication, but you would look at the energetics like alongside it. You're not going to deal with the root cause necessarily with antibiotics, but it's like they're happening at the same time. So it's this understanding that we can look at one thing in a multiple of ways.
Also, is it the same, or is it similar to patterns repeating as well?
I mean, it can be. It's a way of looking at patterns, certainly, or patterns can show up. That can be some of the other storylines can be sort of something that's repeating. So it's a good way of identifying things so that you can then break these patterns, which can show up in different ways.
Okay, and so can you share some examples from your clients or for yourself where you discovered or identified those parallel storylines? I mean,
one that I'm looking at, one that I'm sort of playing with at the moment. Like, I used to I was doing quite a lot of martial arts, and you can look at how your training is like a metaphor for life. So that's another kind of way of describing parallel storylines as well, I guess. But I've so like and looking at your hobbies rather than looking at your triggers. But I've started skateboarding, and there's so many challenges that come up through that I think that I then realize are representative of something else. Like, like I'm kind of feeling all right with it all, and then I suddenly feel wobbly, and then I'm like, well, what's the storyline that's actually going on, other than the fact that like the black and white story might be like, I've loosened my trucks, my skateboard is a bit wobbly, but where in my life am I feeling wobbly? Like, what can I do? Like, how can I work on my root chakra? Looking at sort of it's uncovering like ancient fear programming and stuff that I'm like working on for me and for the collective. Or where are there things within skateboarding where like you've just got to commit, you've got to like push yourself off the slope, and it's like then when certain issues come up like that I'm then struggling with, I can go and use my healing tools and use my analytical like intuition and stuff to say, well, like where in my life is am I having commitment issues, or things like that. And then like on a more serious note, I would say like I've had quite a lot of, more than my fair share of personal experience with like healing dark energies, and it's certainly something that I had to understand within my healing of that, because I can do the nuts and bolts of healing what's come in, like working with the high beings or energies to clear dark energies, but looking at the storylines that's representing in my life, like where is that darkness within me? Or sometimes it's a case of like, well, how does that situation make you feel? Like I feel repressed or attacked, or again like fear. So looking at all of the, this attack could be representative of something that happened in childhood, something like past life stuff, so it's a way of interpreting, looking at multiple interpretations of what's going on. Like I had a client recently who was struggling with their boss, like their boss was breathing down their neck, and as we unpacked it, so like, how's that making you feel? And it was bringing up in her like feelings of inadequacy. And then like the parallel storyline that we identified was that, she had these feelings of inadequacy from childhood because her sister was favored by her parents and like that kind of thing. And then so like, well, yeah, how to heal it. I do healing with like tapping or calling on high beings. I do kind of we won't be able to demonstrate in a live show, but in my personal practice I can do like sort of transcendental journeying, energy healing to clear these these blocks.
Now, I know that sorry to interrupt you really
Sorry.
quickly, but you normally when you do a call, like you've done calls with us before, you normally do a quick clearing for everybody at the beginning.
Okay.
I forgot to ask you if you wanted to do that.
Can do. Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do
I think
it.
Yeah, let's do that just so that we can raise the vibration of the call and
Sure.
then really get into and then people can also experience a little bit of how you do your clearings, etc.
Okay, yeah, because it's easier for people to feel what the power that I have rather than you describing it. I will do like a standard dark energy clearing at the beginning. There's nothing for anyone to worry about. It's something that I do as a standard so that we don't have to like feel into this and tune into it. It's just like a spring clean. And then just a bit of other energy work. So let's people can close their eyes as they wish. I can close my eyes so I can just tune in. I may just see if I feel anything else in the group that needs clearing. So let's just start calling Krishna, Durga, Arcturians, Andromedans, Ashta Command, Intergalactic Committee, Anunnaki shields, fractals and spying devices transform. Implants first layer of the aura and beyond clear. Demonic, satanic, luciferic, source of all evil and other dark energies, clearing with the help of Krishna, Kali, masters of the rays and Christ energy, and clearing curses in relation to earth and other locations. Let's ask the lords of karma and Archangel Michael to clear all the layers of our energy field, the etheric layer, emotional, mental, Buddhic, atmic, galactic, and so on. Let's ask for rose pink in the first layer of our aura. And we ask for Archangel Michael's blue dome of protection around us, around our homes, around the technology we're using. Just do a sweep for negative ETs, clearing with Arcturians, Andromedans, Ashta Command, Intergalactic Committee, Pleiadians and Assyrians. Let's ask for everyone's grounding cord to be connected, energy cord from the root chakra going down into the crystalline center of earth, clearing the energy cord of any obstructions, healing of any damage, expanding, strengthening, cleansing, and protecting. And let's ask for everyone to be connected at the galactic cord from the heart chakra going up through the crown of the head, connected to source, healing any damage to that cord, clearing any obstructions, expanding, strengthening, cleansing, and protecting. Let's ask if there's any lower energy guides connected to anyone, for third order guides to remove them and bind their energies. For any guides we've outgrown to be thanked and released. And I ask for everyone to be connected to higher, wiser guides in accordance with the highest good. For our guide teams to be protected and coordinated where appropriate for this call. Let's ask for our chakras to be aligned, balanced, and spinning the right way. Ask for our divine blueprint to be lit up. And just bringing more light into the heart chakra. It's asking Archangel Vaiwamas to open up the Sushumna, Nadis, Ida, Pingala meridians so we can allow in more light. And then just anchoring and grounding again with the diamond grid coming down from source, going through all the layers of our energy field, connecting to the Earth's grid. Protection for the Earth Star chakra. And clearing protection, protecting the higher chakras.
Go wrap this way.
Okay, that feels good.
Awesome, thank you.
It's all right.
Yeah, so how's everybody doing with that? Please, please don't unmute yourself until I ask you to. Otherwise, it just makes it more confusing for me. What's going on? So just how's it going? How's everybody feeling? Drink water, right? And let us know in the chat how that clearing was for you. I felt, I definitely felt a shift in my head for myself. So thank you.
Right.
I felt light and good. Awesome, Linda. And very good. Patty says, oh, Linda, I didn't get your message, your email until like today. For one of them that said, please send me the Zoom link. There was, I don't know when that was, but Terry says shivering and tingling. Awesome. I felt energy moving. Awesome. Yeah. So lots of stuff happening, right? So good. So that'll help with everyone on the call as we move forward. Okay. All right. So so let's talk a little bit about how, before we get into taking questions from the audience, do you want to talk a little bit about how to change storylines and transform our situation, or do you want to do that in conjunction with the people talking readings?
Yeah, it's easier to demonstrate because like different things come up as they come through, but sometimes we need to look at the practical as well as like the spiritual and the energetic, you know. Sometimes there are even once you've found like the sort of energetic or parallel storyline, you can do the kind of things in the 3D, like if I'm feeling wobbly on my skateboard, I realize I've got root chakra issues because I'm not earning enough money. I can go home and do some work, or do something to bring in, for example. So like at a core level, kind of not ignoring those kind of that grounded approach. But also then, looking at then if there's something from childhood, then I might do like inner child work, some personality work, or parts work, where we can go in and sort of bring love and light through. I work with high beings, or and then also high beings, or sort of then storyline or timeline rewriting. I can do sort of energetic timeline rewriting if it's is mirroring a past life. Which would then be sort of similar to parallel timelines, or if it's like an ancestral pattern or something that's showing up, there's like normally work with Archangel Michael and the Lords of Karma to clear ancestral and upgrading templates, and so it can be a doorway into really healing more broadly, healing for your soul group, healing for your ancestry, healing backwards and forwards through ancestry, and then the sort of energetic transmissions that I can do. Sometimes you can just connect with sub-personalities and rewrite. You can give them what they needed, or kind of play with it in that sort of multi-dimensional way.
Okay, so what do you need to know from people?
What's going? I just need to know what's going on for them, that they're kind of wondering what else it might be describing, or people might have their own ideas. It can be a discussion.
But we're going to try and keep each of the I'm going to say readings short, so that we can get to as many people as possible.
I'll do my best.
And yes, that was aimed at Laura, because sometimes she just goes into so much and it's like, oh my goodness.
Well, sometimes people come through with big things, but I'll have to just try and or complex things, but hopefully not. So our guides are working with us. So I should say as well that with these group calls, the experience I've had with these group calls before, there's the synchronicity with the things that come up. So whoever I'm speaking to, there will be healing for everyone, or it's a chance for people to kind of use their healing focus for people, and there will be sort of like lessons and things that come up which may seem relevant straight away, or may kind of next week be like, oh, hang on. And also just learning the techniques and looking at how I approach things can be hopefully transferable for yourself if you don't get a turn, or if so
please be willing to receive, even if your call is not taken. Please be willing to receive.
It's quite amazing how themes come up for people that other people are like, oh wow, that's what I needed. That's kind of how these groups work. So
and I'm going to be quite frank today. So if somebody's talking too much, I'm going to stop you and say, just cut it down, because it's like, we don't need the whole story. We just need a little bit, right? We don't need a big long thing, just a little bit of information is really only necessary.
If you can try and give the key points,
because I know sometimes we all want to like share as much as possible so that the healer facilitator has more information to work with, but it's not always necessary. Okay.
And this is kind of a taste rather than
this is not a full session.
I won't be able to do it's hard to not do full sessions for people.
This is not a full session, so you can have the chance to purchase a session with Laura for sure. This is just a taster. So just a taster. Okay. All right. So let's go to Susanna. Susanna, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi.
So is that clear, the sort of idea of what parallel storylines are? Or might be, from what I said?
from what I understand, I have this life
Oh, you're
that I'm
cutting out.
living right now. I'm on the respirator. It sometimes it's, but I this the parallels might be happening in another dimension, influencing this one.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's-
it can, yeah. I'm looking. Well, yeah, I'm looking at earthly stuff and parallel dimensions. Is that something you wanted to talk about? Was that a comment?
Now it was answering your question.
Oh, right, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to know. I am a very anxious person, and although I have a disease, I come to terms with it. I know that my purpose is higher than being sitting in a wheelchair, reading through a machine until I die. So, but I've been very severe attacks, and I don't know why I felt pulled to this. Now that you talked about it, maybe I have some power story that is happening.
Yeah.
And it's giving me this.
Because the panic
I have
attacks,
it under control.
yeah, because to you they're not like rational. It's not something particular that you're panicking about. I'm going to
No,
just work with the. I'm going to work with the
I'm an
pendulum.
empath, and I think it might be crazy energy. And
It might be some.
it
might be someone else's
is.
energy.
Sometimes it might be just coming back for me to get rid of.
Yeah. The way you said that you know that you're here for something, for a higher purpose, makes me think straight off that this is a clearing, that this is something that's happening for you to clear for broadly. If you see what I mean, you're here to clear. It might be your soul group. The anxiety is around death energy, or death energy is what's coming up. I'm wanting to know who that you're clearing more broadly for, whether it's your ancestry. I'm feeling soul group. So let's see if there's anything else we need to know. No. Who are we clearing with? Mary. Anyone else? And which level of your soul group are we clearing for? Your soul group of 12. Let's bring in Mother Mary to clear death energy in your energy field. It's clearing from your home and clearing death energy and fear of death in your soul group, which I think is where you're sort of picking it up. And there's fear of kind of losing each other, as well as fear of clearing it's upgrading templates in relation to trauma around death. That's witnessed, clearing the third eye at the third eye level for your soul group, and clearing the heart chakra level. Clearing the devastation energy. And upgrading for you and your soul group. It's clearing the heart and the lungs, clearing with Kuan Yin and Mother Mary. Just sending down the root chakra, down the grounding cord. That which needs to be transmuted, destroyed, and then bringing in new energy from down the galactic cord, just flushing out the system and bringing to 0 point in terms of life and death. How does that feel?
Feels amazing.
Good.
When you said the lungs, I just felt like I was being knocked from within in my lungs. And my parents have been some triggered by me thinking about my lungs. Because I'm thinking maybe aren't very good, so later starts a lot. I'll get into panic because. So thank you so much.
Right, I'm going to do one more thing then based on that quickly, just clearing trauma in your soul group, relation to lungs area, not being able to breathe, drowning, any of that kind of thing, asphyxiation. This is your, your high part of your high purpose is healing for your soul group. I think you all, as we connect upwards and outwards, we get to heal more broadly. So yeah, it's all right.
That's great, Susanna. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Good, you're welcome. Stay on the call and receive from the other calls as well, okay? The other readings as well. Awesome, thank you. And for all those of you who are here as well, hopefully you also received from that healing and clearing. Because, we can heal at different levels through all these different stories as well, because at some point if it resonates with you anyways, then you may have experienced that as well. Okay, so just be willing to receive. Okay, you want to go to another person, Laura? Yeah. All right, how about Terry? Who's Terry? Terry, you want to unmute?
Yes. Hi there. I have a question. Wherever I go in my travels, I live in the United States. I've been to Europe. And wherever I go, there seems to be cats, felines, domestic cats that come out and they follow me or they stop in front of me and stare at me. And I cannot communicate with these animals. I know they want to tell me something. Can you help me with any messages that might
Yeah.
have been coming through?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I want to feel in, but it might be a bit quicker if I use my pendulum. Yeah, it feels like they're asking you something, asking you for something. Somehow you're connected to, yeah, feline. Probably from a, that probably is another timeline. What's coming through? What are they asking for? Anything? Malice. I'm going to clear karma between you and feline species. That's what I'm guided to clear. Let's ask the Lords of Karma and Archangel Michael to clear any disagreements, any confusion, any mistakes made between you, for you. I'm feeling like it's you and a clan of some sort. I can't be more specific than that. Between this clan, feline clan, it might be even like the parallel might be a extraterrestrial. Why beings good with animals? Who do we want to work with? Let's call on the high being felines. I think we need to be more specific than that. To come and receive this clearing between these clans. And yeah, to clear any karma. And to rewrite any wrongdoings. It's reminding me of the one of the audios I've done for the package. Yeah, I think, how's that feeling? Makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense. Thank you.
I want to feel in, but it's dead time for everyone else. It's interesting. I think, yeah, that feels like that was the main part of it.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right.
Awesome. Thank you, Terry. Good. All right, we're gonna go to Sarah. Sarah's been waiting patiently.
Oh, well, very much joy in taking in the energy of the other healings and everything else. So patience wasn't required. Yeah, I'm backlit. That's why I'm so ghostly, but the flowers look nice.
Looks cool, yeah.
So I'm just thrilled at the idea of having some information. I'm kind of put a big stop on what I was doing with a very serious accident, and I feel like this is a big turning point, and I'm wondering what in parallel lives or any information that might illuminate, delight, interest, or help me with understanding things going on and what I can clear to go forward. Laura, I don't know if you know your sound is going in and out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, it's normal. It's her microphone. It does that. But
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
as she starts talking, it gets normal.
You want me to look at the storyline of the accident, or what
Well,
in specific?
I don't know that
Is
I don't know that that's as important as just understanding what's going on in my particular timeline, or conflicts, or karma that needs to be cleared, just to help me clear the path.
it's more like, well, if you give me something that's going on, I can unpack it. Like, if you give me something specific that's going on
Okay, well,
for you.
I'm a rabbi. I'm moving out of doing Jewish teaching. It's not the right community for me. I want to move more into healing work. I've got a book I haven't published yet because of conflicts with family members, and um, uh, I do a lot of counseling. I'd like to set up a practice and benefit more people and actually get paid for it. So, just there are a lot of tangles. I'm moving out of one thing. I'd like to move into the next thing.
And you're feeling blocked
Yeah,
in moving. Okay.
yeah.
That's quite broad, but I'll see what I can do with that. You unless, like, you want me to look at the conflicts in particular, or
Yeah, that
not
would be.
having published a book, or trying to.
I published one. It did well. The second one, I I fictionalized it, but I couldn't get my ex to sign off, and he threatened me with a lawsuit. And okay, so maybe getting that published, maybe what's blocking that, or could
So
do
is
more
that
writing.
conflict? Is the conflict with, there's this conflict with your ex-husband that's blocking getting the book published?
Well, it certainly was initially, but I've been in bed now for 3.5 months, and I should do some writing, and I'm not. And I love to write, and I just can't bring myself to do some additional writing or,
So shall I look at that block
yeah,
to
yeah, maybe it's easier.
creativity? That's
Sorry,
block
I
to
was trying not to
Just,
tell too much story.
just pick something
yeah, that's
to focus
okay.
on.
Block. I'm gonna focus on the blocks to creativity. That's normally in the sacral chakra. Let's see what else we need to know. I think 9, that fear of your power, male side. There's some enmeshment because you mentioned your husband, so I'm going to look at that storyline as well within this block to creativity, and let's clear any residue of your ex-husband's energy in your sacral chakra that might be blocking creativity, that feels like it's blocking you sort of energetically, and has shown up physically in where he's blocked you from publishing this book. Let's clear the part of you that was put off and downtrodden by that experience. And let's ask for your sacral chakra to be upgraded in relation to this, your guides to be upgraded in relation to this new energy, this new information. And the male fear of power, anything, there's negative experiences you've had with men that have maybe put you off somewhere on a subconscious level from stepping into your power, being powerful.
There was a guy, male, in a truck that hit me.
Okay. Let's ask Lords of Karma and Archangel Michael to clear the karma between you and him as well, whilst we're here. And connecting the sacral up with the solar plexus, the more male power center, bringing greater peace between those two energies. And integrating that into your chakra system. Yeah, let's clear any other negative male energy that's blocking your creativity. Men who've blocked you where anywhere through life. And let's bring in some healing for your inner female in relation to that. Left-hand side of your body. And connecting that upgraded sacral and solar plexus with the heart chakra. Just bringing any of this upgrading to anyone else on the call. And yeah, it's just enlivening the sacral chakra again. It feels lighter. It looks, when I look into it, it looks lighter.
Feels lighter.
Good.
I'm sure that was the perfect thing I needed. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Sarah. And I think that is something most of us can also resonate with. So again, please be willing to receive.
Yeah, sadly so. I was
Yeah.
thinking we could all
Yeah.
use a healing on that.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. All right. We're going to go to Sulis. Sulis, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for this opportunity to connect with you all. I'm trying to make it short. I was told by someone as a healer or a healing practitioner that I'm a starseed and about 20% from Sirius, my soul family, my soul origin, and about 80% parallel. And I had no idea that I'm what parallel souls are. And of course, I've read some descriptions. Okay, the question is right now, is there any important message from the parallel dimensions where my abundance is kind of blocked?
Or you're wondering what the story is behind abundance being blocked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm still the connection is actually with my ex-husband. We are trying to negotiate the house we bought many years ago, both of us.
I'm going to clear like patterns of unworthiness related to that's blocking abundance, particularly in relation to your relationship. I'm going to connect with your inner female. There's some collapsed energy there in your female energy, in her power and feelings of self-worth. I feel like there's been a kind of long-term degradation. So let's bring in goddess energy. I don't know if there's any goddesses you want to bring in particular. I'm going to bring in Mary Magdalene, Shakti, to fill up your inner female. You might imagine this on the left-hand side of your body. And Mother Mary and Kuan Yin's come into the heart chakra to upgrade the way you see yourself. on a conscious and subconscious level. It's clearing and upgrading old karmic patterns between you and your ex-husband. Let's clear anything that you owe him from past lives. Just wipe that debt clean. Bring to the present. And upgrade your inner child in terms of worthiness. Anything she picked up, anything you picked up in childhood that made her question. Let's bring in Lakshmi and Ganesha to support, blessing you with abundance and clearing any obstacles in the way to you, any obstacles in the way of you having the financial security and blessings that you deserve. That feels better.
Yeah, my hands are sweating. Sometimes I sweat. Only on my hands. Okay. Yeah, very warm. Thank you.
Good. So that's energy moving, right? So shifting and transformation. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And so it is for
And
all
so
of
it
you.
is. Thank you. Absolutely. I was just going to say that's, we can all receive more abundance as well, and, support and assistance with abundance on all levels. So thank you for that.
Come back into the recording and listen again if they weren't sure that they sort of tuned into it the first time.
I will do that.
kind of thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if there's anything else to unpack, that's all right.
Awesome. Thank you. Good.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right. So okay. Anyways, I'm trying to read something, but can't quite. All right. So who wants to go next? Let's see. We have Zila. You want to unmute yourself, Zila? We already got Terry. Zila, you want to unmute? Thank you, Linda. Just wondering, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Hello?
I believe I'm unmuted.
You are?
Yes, you are. You are now. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm asking about, I would like to know why, or if it's what in a parallel life is interfering with my ability to be creative and to move myself out of a situation of lack that's been going on most of my life. And it continues to get worse the older I get. And the other thing is it interferes. It feels like there's something that interferes. So I am like, oh.
It's interesting because we've just done creativity and lack, but I guess you're on because it's a different storyline for you. So I'm going to have a look.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we need any more information? Let's ask the high beings who specialize in clearing curses to clear curses for you, your family, in relation to abundance.
Yes.
Let's clear any self-punishment. Clear any else, Archangel Michael to clear any contracts. Clearing contracts, agreements. Let's clear hooks and feeding tubes that are draining you of energy and resources. And let's ask to bind the energy of whoever was hooking, whatever was hooking into you, according into you. Transmute that energy. Calling on Krishna and Kali, the Arcturians. Let's clear karma between whatever karma it was that induced this situation. Let's ask for your angels and guides to bring you anything that you were done out of unfairly. Blessings that are available to you. Let's upgrade. Let's just release tension in the sacral chakra and release blockages. Let's upgrade and renew in the sacral chakra. And take this clearing out to whichever ancestral line it was connected to. It's clear backwards and forwards through your ancestry. Breathe a minute to the few seconds into the sacral, because there was a lot there. Let's bring in goddess energy to support and continue the clearing and upgrading, and filling in all the transmuted energy. How's that?
All right, how is that for everybody? We lost Zila, so she will have to watch the rest on the video, on the replay, that she got kicked off for some reason. So how is that for everybody else? I mean, I think we can, again, all, or most of us can resonate with the cording and the hooking and the all that stuff that may be affecting or interfering with our abundance, our progress, our path moving forward.
These are things you
Randy's-
might want to go back and listen to in relation to, or like with the more of a focus on yourself.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
say as well.
Randy says, wowza.
It can be working for you anyway, but when you're kind of listening in
Yeah,
to someone else, you might want to go back and just really
get
do
that
some
extra-
visualizations with that, although I intend for this to be working for everyone, but sometimes it's nice to go in and be a bit more specific
for yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go with Jill. Jill, do you have something other than abundance? A different storyline other than abundance?
Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you. So I saw and was told I had a past life where I was sacrificed. And during the sacrifice, I was like young, like 12 or 13. And there was this long period of waiting before the sacrifice. And feels like it's completely parallel to what is going on with my life in terms of like meeting a partner. And I mean, honestly, it's making me feel like I want to cry right now, because it's just like, I feel like I'm just waiting. So does that
feel like the waiting, you feel like that, yeah, the parallel storyline is from a past life of waiting. There is, although I was, yeah, my sort of storyline idea is less focused on past lives. There is that it can be part of the storyline, and that there's a theory that that I find useful to tap into sometimes, where that says we're past, present, and future timelines are all happening now. So it feels like that same waiting and frustration of then is actually now, and sometimes it's disproportionate to what we're waiting for. But so I want to clear the frustration, but I want to clear pathways to receiving as well, which we just did a bit of. But this one's slightly different. Let's just I'm going to go into that past life. Well, can we go into the, I think I slightly missed some of the details. The waiting was in relation to waiting for the impending doom.
Yeah, well, so apparently this was in a Mayan lifetime. Apparently it's not like what they show on television where it's like all this screaming and crying. It was actually like a blessing to be chosen to be
okay.
sacrificed. And so the idea was that I was really like a child. Like she said, I had just gotten my period, and so that they would present you on like a stone, and it was like I was young and waiting alone. And that's what I feel like is so parallel to my life, is that
it's waiting and being alone.
Yes.
The loneliness.
Yeah.
And in this situation, you're waiting for like a partner, right? A romantic relationship.
Yes. Like the blessing from the gods was what I was waiting for then. And it feels like that's now too, you know?
Yeah.
And I've been trying to work with it because it's really wild. I saw all the sacrifice before I asked someone else about it.
Right.
And to give you one more little tidbit, it's that apparently it was the root of abandonment in this lifetime, just like a situation when like my family went somewhere when I was sleeping, and it was like that's like the root of all of this. That's how it came up. And I was like, oh, I've seen this lifetime. I knew what it was she was talking about immediately, because I had tapped into it multiple times.
I want to clear the disillusionment. I'm going to go into that past life and clear the sort of disillusionment of this being a good, the sort of brainwashing around this being a good thing.
Yes.
And you then not getting the reward that you thought you were supposed to get. There's
thank you.
This sort of some kind of like indoctrination.
Yes.
I'm going to clear. And there is the being let down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring in for that lifetime someone to take her away and say that actually there's something better somewhere else. Just something shifted then. Shift this in your templating. Taking away the waiting for that past life and bringing in whoever she was meant for. Feeling like there was a soul partnership that she missed out on in that life. Wasn't able to come in. I'm just going to unite that, make that union. Which should then parallel into your now. So it's like we can work with the past life, like we can work with a sub-personality and bringing in what, and kind of rewriting what they need, bringing in what they need energetically. Let's bring in, so let's anchor that upgraded, like male-female union energy, especially since she was, like you say, she was taken when she was just becoming a woman. She missed out on that relationship phase of life. So that's something that's showing up now that is missing. So we're just going to rectify that template wise. To open up your feminine chakras, the sacral, the heart, and the third eye, to receiving a partner. And upgrading this understanding between your inner male and inner female. That feels loads better.
Yes, thank you.
That's all right.
I could feel stuff in my head.
Good.
Seeing stuff. I think I saw alien Arcturian energy.
Okay, cool. It's good. Sometimes I'm doing stuff and people have like parallel experience because the healing shows up for people in different ways. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I could spend time going deeper with, but I think that I've definitely felt a lift and a shift.
Thank you so much.
That helps.
So heavy.
Yeah. Thank you,
It's
Jill.
kind of beautiful though as well. There's something beautiful about it, that lifetime, the innocence of her. But yeah, it was not. It was, yeah, there was definitely like injustice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. And of course, these are just tasters. So when you work with Laura in a regular session, of course, it's going to be more information, more healing, more descriptions of whatever. So just a lot more stuff happening than what we can do on a show like this. But
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Jill. All right. So I want to take a moment and talk about the packages really quickly, and then they're really simple. So I like simple packages. They make it much easier.
Are they?
For me.
Oh, good.
I'm going to share my screen. So give me 1 second. Stay with us, folks. Okay, we're going to go with this. Hopefully you can hear me. I didn't do it right. But can you hear me? No? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So Laura has 3 packages. So package A is a 75-minute personal healing and transformation session. A little bit like today, but a lot more than just 5 minutes, right? Plus there's 2 bonus audios, unworthiness clearing and nourishing feminine energy. That's package A. And package B is a 45-minute birth chart reading. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, as well as
Astrology, yeah.
As well as the Astrology Foundations course and the Astrology Further Foundations course. And then package C is everything in package A and B. And there are payment plans available for all 3 packages. And of course, if you are an Inner Circle member, please do use your gift code that we provide. All right, so do you want to talk a little bit more about the Healing, Transformation, and Support package, package A? Is there anything else that we need to know about how the healing works or etc.? I mean,
I think the taste is fairly clear.
Yeah.
As to what the healing consists of. Obviously, we can go way deeper. We can cover more issues, and putting more issues into the pot. Yeah, you get like threads bigger kind of threads, and healing more broadly as well for how your issues are there to heal for your family and soul group and everything. The unworthiness clearing, I touched on in one of the healings, actually. It was where we self-sabotage through like guilt from horrible things that we did in past lives. We quite often go into past lives and look at things where injustices happen to us, but this is really owning that we've done it all the other way, and that there is some quite very deep on a soul level parts of us, self-hatred for those kind of things. So that's a powerful one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, nourishing feminine energy, I was really pleased with how this came out. I was guided to do this after a healing session I did with someone who was looking at connecting with feminine energy, and I just it was just, it's beautiful. And this is a really just giving yourself a gift. It's not like a shadow work, let's heal and clear. It's like really just softening is the word that I wanted to use 12 times in the same paragraph. It's really really nourishing.
And it's about receiving, right? Receiving the feminine energy.
I mean, my free gift was receiving. That's kind of a precursor to this one, actually.
Awesome.
Do the receiving one first, and then receive the feminine energy.
Awesome, thank you. That's package A, and then package B is astrology. So this whole package B is about astrology.
I haven't had a chance to talk about how excited I am about astrology, which is separate to like the parallel timeline stuff, parallel storyline stuff that I've been talking about, but it's something that is big in my work at the moment, and I'm really excited to share my approach to learning and understanding astrology, and how like amazingly supportive it is when you start connecting with the stars and when you start seeing the patterns sort of showing up in your life. And my approach really is more about I really want to share with people the building blocks so they can start to make their own understanding. I don't really like telling people that, planets are here and there and it's going to mean this, that and the other. For them, it's really about taking on, and that's really the exciting part, is taking on the interpretations for yourself. It's very much open to interpretation. It's an intuitive art. So sharing the framework. And it's really something that astrology can be quite overwhelming, can seem overwhelming. So it's really like breaking it down. The courses are self-paced. The birth chart reading is, for you to understand yourself better. I know I've had some older clients that had bad experiences with astrology in the past. I think historically there's a lot of kind of doom and gloom in astrology, and people not understanding it on a sensitive level, but it's much more nourishing these days, I think.
And then there's the two courses, course 1 and course 2.
I was talking about the courses when I was talking about my approach to astrology. My approach to birth chart reading is actually an exclusive for the Awaken to Happiness Now series. I don't normally do chart readings. Like I say, I like to give people the foundations for exploring. The session I normally do is an introduction to your birth chart for exploring your birth chart yourself. But it'll be a bit of that, but a bit of me doing readings and explaining I'll giving you what I see in your chart as what will be useful for you. So it's quite exciting.
Awesome, thank you. So that's package B, and then package C is everything in package A and everything in package B. And
I did something actually in person recently where I was offering either healing or astrology, or or people were taking one of each for a special. And it was really the most powerful work I did was when I was working with both of them, with the astrology and the healing together, because it gives you such a holistic picture, and you can the mapping between the astrology and or the birth chart and the healing it's really cool. So I wanted to offer that to people as well.
Awesome.
This, and for that price it's a good way to do the whole thing. Yeah, the courses are more about looking at astrological weather, whereas the birth chart is the astrology of like the personality, but they just, the foundations of both are the same. And my courses are leading on to how you look at the birth chart and the current astrological weather together to make your own, like to do your own horoscope. I'm hoping to tie those further courses. They're going to be live courses where we meet and discuss how astrology is showing up. Hoping to sort of tie that in maybe with a later with your next season, Laura.
Yep, awesome. So again, there's the 3 packages, package A, B, and C. Of course, package C includes everything, and it is at a really reduced rate. So if you can take advantage of that, please do. And there are payment plans available, and of course the Inner Circle gift code if you are an Inner Circle member. So please take advantage of that. And so goodness. So the readings, the sessions are all on Zoom, unless you're in person with Laura, but I don't think anybody is living quite close to Laura. So they are on Zoom, so it's quite convenient.
The thing about Zoom is we can record, of course, so
yes,
people will have the session to take away. That's particularly good for the astrology. For the healing, I like to kind of leave the clearing where it was, but people, the recording's available, but for the astrology, it can be a lot to take in. So it's good that we can record it.
Do you want to take one more quick question? I know Jane had written in the chat earlier something. Jane, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I don't know if I really need to, but hang on, I just want to try to change the view. Oh God, I wanted to go back off the gallery view, and so that I could see Laura.
Oh right.
Anyway, what the heck? I don't think.
You don't need to see me.
Anyway, so
feel me.
If Laura read what I said, so the question is, are you able to help me? Is it to heal somebody else? So I think that it's a case of possession, and so it may be quite connected to the first problem.
Sorry, you've been possessed? You know someone that's been possessed, or you're like talking about possessions as in like belongings?
Not me, actually. Someone is possessed, yeah. Like a devilish type possession, right? Like somebody's that type of could be trying to take somebody's soul type thing. Could be very heavy.
Okay. I'm wondering whether we clear for that, or we just clear for like why that's in your field, why it's in your life.
It's my mother. It's my mother, and I can't seem to help her, and because the possession is that, it's serious.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's something we can do on a call like this, to be honest.
No, well, that's why I said. That's why I said maybe I didn't. You shouldn't have.
That's why I'm wondering about looking at sort of. I don't want to demean it by calling it a story, because obviously that makes it sound, like it's not important.
Well,
kind of why it's in your life than actually going into that. I mean, obviously, I do want to heal for your mother, but I'm not sure if I've got time to go into it.
Well, I guess what I was asking was, can you see or feel if there is any kind of resonance? That's all, if you can sense anything to do with that's all really, because maybe I can go back to the recording And part of the question really that I was asking was, can I use, I think you've said that really, that we can use these sessions that you've done. So maybe that will enable me to be of some further assistance to her, because I am making some progress. Actually, I have made a little indentation and moved slightly forward with a bit of positivity, but it's a like a black and white struggle.
Mm-hmm. I mean, go ahead.
Connect you and everyone more deeply, or just improve the connection with your higher self. Connecting you upwards, but this is bringing in really a grounding energy for like just dealing with whatever you have to deal with in this situation. Take the dark energy clearing that I did at the beginning for your mother. Gonna do a quick chart. See what she needs. Coming through someone else. Let's and then do that dark energy for people, anyone she's connected to. That clearing for people she's connected to. That's all I think I can look into for now. I might just be able to quickly see through who it's connected to. Her divine masculine counterpart. We do for now.
Thank you. Thank you very much for communicating.
Right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So Terry, you can go back and do this as well. See if that helps you as well. Okay.
Big tingle now. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Awesome. Good. So that was interesting. Did not know we were going to go there. But yeah, interesting what can come up in these calls. Wow. So is there anything else you want to talk about for the astrology, Laura, before we go?
I think I talked about, I said about how I'm excited about my approach. It's hard, I don't know what I can say in a few minutes really. I think I'm going to have to focus on astrology next time. The cool thing about the courses, I think, are like I've done like workbooks for them, so you build, and then that gives you space to build your own. Like that, so the exercises like help you to engage with the material, and so like that kind of make it a bit more fun. But the idea with them is that they're a living resource, and so as I give you the building blocks, you then like observe in your own time, and like sort of self-paced, and however you do take in information as the information builds for you, because you're not going to like understand it all straight away, but like even just sort of a space for like keywords for like the planets and the signs, and then it's something that will just kind of build. And my approach is to learn astrology through observation, so it's giving you the building blocks to let astrology be your teacher, to understand how to look at it and how to start observing it and how to feel into it and start making the connections for yourself, and like building this like living understanding.
And it's about being intuitive with it, right? And like you said, feeling into it, asking questions, seeing how
because all
what's
of
happening in the world at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. The energies could be representing differently for different people, and there's a lot of things going on in astrology at the same time, so it's not, you know, necessarily all going to show up. So it's about seeing what shows up for you and seeing how that
so that makes it more
how
specific to you, not generally, but makes it more specific to you, right?
Yeah, and then the wonderment is just how you can start to see how, like, this mapping, you know, how supportive that is to understand that there's like a kind of mapping in the cosmos to what's going on, and like that actually what's inside, like, the cosmos is inside us, and you know, that's all like kind of paralleling as well.
Awesome, thank you. Because sometimes I find astrology to be so dry, right? But when you talk about it really being intuitive and really feeling into it and really making it your own and connecting your story, who you are, with the information and with what's happening, it makes it more personal.
I'm not really someone to say, well, this is what astrology is and this is what it means for you, because like I say, and also it can be overwhelming. It's like another language, really, the language of astrology. And so it's breaking down the building blocks and foundations and make it accessible, and then building the level of fluency in your own time. But yeah, the fun of actually working it out yourself rather than reading what other people are saying the full moon's going to mean or whatever. It's like I used to take in some of that, and there are astrologers that I follow, but to be able to look at the numbers myself, like it's so much more straightforward than you think. So to be able to look at it yourself and start making and to be really open about your own interpretations rather than reading other people's. I now sometimes read other people's and think they've just written something really generic. People have gone, oh, I don't really resonate with that, and it's like, it's so much more fun when you do it yourself. I find.
Yeah, because then it becomes specific to you, right? It becomes personal.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's
awesome.
It's such an amazing system.
Like Susan says, a living work. Yes, it's living and it's interactive and it's engaging, but it's alive. You know, absolutely. It's not
because you're not just gonna and it's not just taking information in by rote. It's actually observing. This sort of really immersive, like, learning.
Awesome, good. I love it. All right. Any other last words of wisdom for us today? I mean, we did a lot of healing, a lot of clearing. Received, information about parallel storylines, etc., and how they can affect us, or how they may be affecting us or interfering even in our lives. Anything else? Any last words of wisdom?
On the spot, I don't know. That was quite. It was quite intense in quite a short space of time. Like some of the things that came up.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was. The issues were deeper than sometimes what they are. So to sort of bring back that lightness from the beginning and to say, actually, to where you can take a lighter approach as possible. I know a lot of us are dealing with some heavy things, but there's make it fun if you can.
If you can, yes, absolutely.
That's something that astrology can bring, even when something difficult's happening. Like the fun of actually mapping this difficulty with the planets and the stars can be like, oh, okay,
it'll make sense. Instead of being like, why is this happening? Well, now you'll know why it's happening. It'll make sense to you, right?
Not that I believe that astrology is causing things. It's co-creation, or it's describing, really. I think of it more as a describing than anyway,
what's happening.
That's another conversation.
Awesome. So Terry says, I felt a lot of shifting was done for me. Thank you so much. Awesome. Excellent. And of course, go back and watch the video or listen to the replay, and let us know your thoughts afterwards as well, right? As you're watching, as you bring more of your stories in, just see what happens and see how you feel, and see how you're feeling physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, but just see what's shifting as well, right? In the next couple of days or weeks.
It would be interesting to know if anyone works something out, works out a storyline as to what's going on with them. I don't know if people can comment on the YouTube video, I guess. Or
Yeah, they can, absolutely.
yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to share if people
Yeah, share your ahas. Let us know.
identify these sort of people identify the storylines themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Good, wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for all your comments and questions and feedback, and for having the courage to bring your story and asking about like, what could it be, and receiving the healing, right? Jill says already release a lot of sadness. Thank you. Awesome. Good. And so that that's the thing. It's like, be willing to receive the healing from all of the different callers, but also, bring your story into it as well as you're listening to the one on abundance or lack or creativity or, everything else that we talked about. What's coming up for you. Action-packed indeed. Yes, thank you, Randy. Yes, I must go because I have to, it's my son's birthday today, 29. It's a champagne birthday, so we'll be celebrating, and I have to go pick him up from the train station. I hope I'm gonna go pick him up from the train station if my mom's not gone yet, so we'll see. But
I hope you're feeling better soon. Maybe champagne will sort you out.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. So hopefully I'll
Thank
be feeling
you
better
as
soon.
well. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. No, this was awesome, and we'll be back next week with 2 shows next week, but we're gonna slowly get back to a regular schedule. So so please join us, and of course go back and watch or listen to this one, and be willing to receive. Okay, receive. Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you. All right, everyone. Much love and blessings.
My free gifts on receiving, so you can listen to that, and then again, and then listen to this one.
For those of you, you are already on the mailing list, so you have access to the gift page. Please do download and access all of the gifts for, that's a part of receiving as well, right? So be willing to receive, and then Laura's gift is about receiving, right? So yes, awesome. Thank you. All right, everyone. Much love and blessings. May you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings. Bye for now.